All right, I have a big mess. I have great news. I have more parts. Waited a very long time for these. I'm still waiting on 2 more parts to arrive in the mail. They just shipped out today, apparently, but I can go ahead and start without them because I won't need those for a while. Oh, and the bolt that causes most of the problems. Also waiting on that. So hopefully that will be here at some point. I don't know. But for now, what's in the box that I just put here, okay? Box. Anything labeled in pink should be in that box. There's some parts that I don't know exactly which area they go in because it's the same part for different areas and I only got like 2. I gotta figure all that out. The first part of assembling transmission is to assemble the intermediary shaft. I'm going to create a space. Probably just use this thing as a bench. Use the tarp to create a clean space and then clean off the parts that I need for this and then put them on a clean space and then grease them up with some transmission fluid, and that way they will not rust while they sit. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be putting in the parts where they need to go. Oh no, some stuff got knocked over. Wow, messy. This will be noisy. Use the car to muffle some of the noise. There's a lot of trash on the ground here. It's as if I didn't clean up after myself. Loud noise. No dirt, only clean. Whoop. I have a clean workspace I can cover if I need to cover. All right, that's where all the clean parts will go. So obviously I need the shaft. Should be pretty clean to begin with. Okay. It's the intermediary shaft, and of course it rolls. Why wouldn't it roll? All right. Okay, so now let's start from the end here. Which end? So I know this piece goes with it. It's just been misplaced. So we have, how did I lay this out? This should be the, okay, so this is probably the upper portion here, and then, no, so that's this part. This would be that part, which means, where's this part? I am confused. Oh, that's right. Okay, so this top part is, no, that doesn't make sense. This is what I get for waiting for so long. It's all a jigsaw puzzle. Giant jigsaw puzzle at this point. So these bearings should be replaced with 17233. Yep. So those get replaced with these. These shouldn't be very dirty at all. They're brand new. these go on there. Okay, then next up would be the gear here. And we get our synchro, which we're replacing. New synchro. Synchro. Whatchamajig. Cool. I have lost orientation. So I'm gonna just assume I don't have orientation on any of these. We got our tiny bits. Good, I have 3 of each. And we do. Wait, where'd the last spring go? Oh, there it is. Try to get away. Spring. Yeah. Okay, then we have another synchro. Got a new one. And we have our gear. Big old gear. Cool. Inner gear piece. Some really creative designs. Strange piece. Fascinating. After that, we have 3 types of pieces. We have the 2 halves, the circle, and then the snap ring. Maybe I should create some as I assemble. Okay, so that should be the first part. So, first we put together the clutch hub assembly, looks like. Put in the synchronizer key first, and then the spring, and then the ball. Okay. Hub. Front. So 1, 2 divots on the side. So it goes down, down, and then this one is just 1 divot. Straight. Okay, so there's a little mar in here, just like that little thing on there. So so this is the back and this is the front. Okay, so these clips, okay, they can only go in one way, looks like, so that's good. I wonder if I should use some grease for this to hold them together. Let's see, so get the key. And after the key goes the spring. Spring goes in. And after the spring, the ball. And the ball sits on top of all that. Is that right? So then this front, it would be the taller piece. This edge should be front. Right, so this head's front. And then this would line up all that, and the ball would then get pressed in like that. And the ball would be there. So we gotta do that with all 3. So let's remove this without losing parts, preferably. Yipes. Okay. So the question becomes, how do I do that with all 3 at once? We have lovely smelling brand new transmission fluid here. A little bit on the parts. Kind of give them a little bit of coating. So let's get the key and spring in on all these. That seems to, the spring seems to hold the key in just fine. Okay, and then we got, never mind. it does not. Holds it up just fine if you hold it in the right direction to gravity. Maybe I need to figure out a way to hold out like Spock or something. I don't know. Direction. Make sure I got this right. Space forward. So let's put little spheres in their holes and then hold it down. With their fingers. Stay in the hole. Thank you. Okay. This side should be forward. Yep. I don't know if I'm holding that one ball correctly or not. Oh, I did not feel like I did. There we go. And dropped another. This is not, not easy, apparently. Maybe there's a technique to it. Ah, there we go. Aha, there we go. That's assembled and should stay somewhat together as long as I'm careful with it. 6 is countershaft gear. So that'd be the actual countershaft piece. 7 is needle bearing, which would be these. We'll set those in. Don't think those have an orientation. 8 would be counter third gear. Guessing just goes in. I'm not sure. Oh. Let's grease up the bearings. And grease this guy up a little bit. Oh, the camera died. And we're back. It looks like it's facing one way, but I think it's facing this way actually. I don't have all these parts. What is this? A single ring, a middle ring, and an inner ring. We'll push it up. There we go. Okay. So that's together. Well, I don't have one of those. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're ahead of ourselves apparently. Nope, no good, no good, no good. Something fine, so we are pressing on the right part, I think. That's either a really good sound or a really bad one. Oh, wow. Maybe that was a mistake. Whoopsie. Yeah. Alright, we'll do little cutouts like that. Well, we've either damaged it really bad or we're doing the right thing, so I guess we just keep going and find out. You know, I should be wearing safety glasses. That was extremely loud. Okay, it's going in easier now. Sweaty hands, sweaty hands. Let's find out if that was a good noise. Oh, a little bit of metal in there. Smelly cat, smelly cat. Yep, we're good. Didn't suck too bad. Oh, did that break? First of all, gross. Nasty. This break. I think it broke. So, we are going to have to undo what we did last stream and redo it this stream for reasons that I realized after I sat down and thought about what happened. What we did last time was assemble part of the intermediary shaft, which is under all that greasy stuff or oily stuff, and in the process where there was a loud pop in using the press here, and I was concerned I broke the part. I saw little metal shavings in it, and then I realized, no, I broke the tool. This is my $250 tool thing, or whatever, I don't know, clamp thing. What had happened was, it is a shaft. I can show you some on the smaller shaft. It might be easier. I should probably put on the other glove. Let's put on the other glove. I have caffeine in me right now, so I'm a little more talkative. Anyways, so I put the clamp on it, and it clamped down on it, and it pushed the part in correctly, partly. And then the problem was the clamp got stuck on part of the shaft that went wider. So then suddenly there was a lot of resistance, and it wouldn't push it forward. It pushed against the shaft, and thankfully what gave was the clamp. So the clamp is missing part of its tooth, I guess you could say now, and that put some metal shavings around, and but then the part pushed in normally. So that's what happened last time, and I did try blowing it out a little bit, but then I thought about it when I was back in home that you know, I put a lot of oil on that part, and it gets a little sticky, and there could still be metal shavings on it, and I don't want to put this whole thing back together just to have metal shavings ruin the synchros or a gear or something and have problems. Plan is, I'm gonna take it apart using the press again. I'm gonna clean it off, get all the metal shavings out, make sure it's all clean, put it back together. This should go a lot faster than last time because I now know what I'm doing, supposedly. So if you missed last stream, this is great because you get to see it all over again. I did also notice that the recording on the GoPro, I'm streaming and recording to the GoPro. When it glitched out that one time and just stopped streaming to the computer, the GoPro that is, it stopped recording after I told it to resume streaming to the computer. So I don't know. That's unfortunate. So I had lost some of the higher quality recording. So I gotta clean off this again and then reassemble. Cool. Okay. Workspace. Board. That's out. Needle bearings. I am prone to dropping. Okay. Gear goes back on. Nice and smooth. The inside. Because this is really important to have grease in it or oil for it to function properly. I do not remember the orientation, so let's look it up real fast. Here we go. So orientation, it's the forward ring. Yeah, so this is through the front. Front's on this side. Then this keys in a particular way. There are 3 notches. Doesn't matter which notch goes to which, it just matters that the 3 notches go into the other 3 notches. There we go. That looks pretty clean. This goes on this direction. Same 3 tabs. Okay, so we want it, oops, we want it in, but not too far in, or else we'll break our tool again. And I don't want to do that twice. Learn my lesson once. Technically isn't the right tool for the job. There's like a specialty tool that you can supposedly get from Mazda for this. Nice and easy. Very, very little resistance, so that's good. Okay, we got some resistance. Make sure it's pressed all the way in. Okay, and we're good. Nope. I guess I didn't need to put this in yet. Okay, no, wait, this is red line. That's what I've been recommended for these transmissions. So the first thing I ever did with this car, big fix wise, was replace the transmission fluid a very long time ago. And I used this transmission oil, which actually made it feel like it shifted a little bit better, surprisingly. So I like it. I'm gonna keep using it myself. When I bought this car, the most technical thing I've ever did fixing a car was what was it? It was replacing the switch inside the steering column so my turn signals worked again. And that was on a 99 Monte Carlo, I think. And now here I am rebuilding a transmission. So I've had this car for a little while. Learned a lot with it and with my family's cars. So this appears to have an inside ring pressed into it. And this just slides back down to the gear. Okay, and this slides on. However, there's a twist, literally. Twists on because its teeth grab onto those. Then should just kind of pop in place. Should. There we go. These have a little ridge on the inside. The skinnier part of the ridge goes towards the front. Okay. Solid ring. Slides over top of those, keeps them together. Seems to be good and flat. And we have a snap ring that holds it all together. I forget, do I put the snap ring on now or do I measure it first? Oh, apparently before. Well, feel a gauge. Probably done this before putting that ring on, but you can make it work. It needs to be between 0.0 and 0.1 millimeters. No bigger. Can't imagine going any smaller. 0.1. So if this can't fit in, then we're all good. Under that ring, and I'll just pop it out of the way for now. Can't fit that. Okay, just make sure it's not a fluke. Let's go down to, is that one piece or two? I can't tell. Well, this should be 0.04. 0.04, oh, we got two pieces there, no wonder. They're all oily together. 0.04. .04 doesn't even go in there. Yeah, so we're good. Clearance is good. Well, put it on the way it came off. Opposite of what I thought they were when I was taking them apart, I noticed. Like, the opposite direction entirely. So, I don't know if I was taught wrong or if these are just different. I don't know. most of the way, and it's one side. And there's the other. Fully seated. Nope, seems to be in there. Cool. All right, we're back to square one. Okay, counter drive gear goes in by itself using the press. Okay, so this would be the counter drive gear. I think. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going this way. Okay. Which means I might get dropped this again. Yep. We'll drop it 1. A little more resistance there, but still goes down. Okay. Okay, we're good. Whines and complains every time. It wants to crush it. It's his dream to crush things. Ah, okay, yeah. Good there. So these instructions differ from what I have ever so slightly. There's like maybe 5 different parts of this entire transmission that are completely different than what's shown. One is this. This is a 3-piece synchronizer ring. This was a 1-piece, just like this. And this outer side is a little different than what I have laid out over there. And there's some other differences, but it's the only set of instructions I have. So these are 2 new parts, and the difference between them is, I think, 0.01 millimeters. And they're meant to replace this part, which was damaged when I was taking it apart because I forgot to remove it before putting it on the press. What confuses me is this gear component is not part of the instructions, but it's on the table as if it's part of this. So yeah. Well, regardless, snap rings next. We'll see what happens. All right. .184 looked like. Come on, work. That's 0.195. Really hard to get a measurement when it keeps turning off. I should have more of these batteries somewhere, so if it is a dead battery, should be able to deal with that. So it looks to be about 1.8 something on the low end. So take this open. 1.84. Yeah, about 1.84. So about the same. And this one, 1.91. So this one's slightly thicker. So probably not this one. Probably this one. Alright, so thick snap ring. Let's try to install it. So we're gonna try this one first, and we'll measure the clearance and see if it fits. I've yet to fully test out the new batteries, but they do seem to at least have more capacity. Ouch. Assuming the camera doesn't shut off on you. I don't know, I'm in general, my GoPro camera experience has been extremely low, like bad in general. Like, it's so glitchy and nothing seems to work the way it's supposed to. Even when I first got it, I thought I had a defective GoPro. And then after like a software update, it had less issues and worked fine. Now it's back to having issues again. And that's why they're called snap rings. Okay, I think that's on. Then we measure it again. This is really tight, so I'm gonna start off with the smallest one, see if I can even fit this one in. This is 0.04 millimeters. Yeah, it's not fitting. I'm kind of doubting that 1.9 millimeter ring would even fit in here. That is really tight. I want to tap it, just make sure it's like really in there and not pretending to be in there. Okay. I see, that's good. All right, so we got a spring of sorts and a gear-ish thing and a snap ring. And if they were laid out correctly, which would mean they were like that. So we got a spring here. Goes in, assuming that groove, or that groove? This groove. Okay. We have this. Looks in, doesn't matter which hole it goes through. Okay. And then this. Oh, is this a spacer ring? Huh. I thought this was a snap ring. Apparently not. And I assume when I mesh this gear with another gear, I have to like, tighten this somehow. I don't know. We'll find out. Now we should have the roller bearing, and we have a replacement roller bearing. That is indeed the same bearing. Cool. That's a different part. Oh, fascinating. So this bottom piece is part of the bearing then. Oh, so I don't need that. Just need to reuse the C-clip. And if it's a bearing, then that means we really grease it or oil it. It doesn't need to have grease packed into it because this is internal part, and I can double check that with the instructions. Should go on like so. Oop. Will need to be pressed on like so. Yep. I am positive there is a specialty tool that does line this up perfectly for this job. I do not have that tool, nor do I really know how to get that tool. And now this is fallen. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that then. Does the center have clearance? This is plenty of play in it. Going in easy. Okay, so that's about flush. Okay, so now it's pressing on this part of the tool. So in the interest of not breaking anything again, let's open up the tool a little bit. That's too much pressure. I should get a socket. Do I have a socket that would fit that? I have 21. So now we'll use the socket to press it through, or to press the center ring in without pressing the outer ring, because pressing the outer ring does nothing. We are too tall. There we go. Okay. Okay. Mostly center. Okay. Resume pressing. And that's resistance. It's not open enough in the middle, unfortunately. I will use the bigger socket. Might work, it's just gonna be harder to line up. I don't like that. It's a lot of resistance. Oh, I think I know the problem. I forgot to align the spring because this has been taking so long to do. Grief. It's fine. Alright. Spring's aligned now. Just make sure that stays aligned. Good grief. If I had the right tool, I could probably flip this entire assembly over and not have half these problems. Oh, crying out loud. And that's lined up as it will get. It's good noises. And we're back to a lot of resistance. Is it in? I think we're in. Don't fall. Yeah, it feels in. All right. That took a while. Something's not quite right. I'm afraid that did not line up quite correctly. Wonder if I can punch it back in the spot. Maybe I should have flipped it over. It would avoid this problem as well. There it goes. Okay. Got a little bit more ways to go. Thankfully I know when to stop. Okay, we're gonna try to do it upside down. I probably should have done that earlier. Learning process, learning process. Okay. Ooh, that feels a little dangerous. Take it slow. I should be wearing safety glasses. That's off kilter. It might be in all the way. I'm just not quite sure yet. We'll check it with a little bit more alignment. Oh, it's seeping out here. There we go. There's the resistance. Okay. That feels good. All right, cool. And then just the snap ring. That spins freely. That can move as well, and it does not seem to be damaged. Cool. The sixth gear does go on here, but it goes on here after I put in part of the housing. Yeah. I really should be wearing safety glasses for this part. Why didn't I put it on? All right, that's on. It's really loose feeling, but it is on. Is there a clearance gap that I need here too? Oh no. Yeah, that's probably more than 0.1 millimeter. That's selective use. Well, let me measure it. I don't know. Yep, that can fit underneath there pretty easily. Let's try 0.15. Well. Okay, 0.15 doesn't fit in there. Try 0.13. 0.13 barely fits under there. So we're off by at least 0.03 millimeters. All right, well, it's on the end here, so we're not putting this in next anyways. There's more to do. I can try to look for a better part that fits better. All right, I'll think about it. I'll do some research. If I cannot find the part, then I might just reuse that one and call it a day. Let's make a note here. So either this or check for replacement parts on those later. Looks like if they're the same parts as these, it's in increments of 0.05.